12606 is a torture chamber. It's a torture chamber. Y'all think that we just gonna sit here and let this community just sit back and it's gonna be another day at the office after the murder of Dacara Thompson? No, we'll never rest. We're gonna be on y'all asses. I don't care if you move out of here, wherever you go, we're gonna get justice. If we have to do justice ourselves and impose it ourselves. And it's no council members, none of the local mayors, none of these politicians, these bootlicking, gatekeeping politicians that you all vote for every 3 and 4 years, that when situations and tragedies like this happen, they go and hide. And so we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here. And so get prepared. Get prepared. This is just not gonna be another murder that's gonna go in the books. I guarantee you that. You're feeling the energy on this.
You should have a yellow tape around this place, man. It's a crime scene. They still should be trying to find out there are other victims of this guy. Obviously, it's ain't his first opportunity to take a life. He may have taken some others. Could be a serial rapist and a killer. But the black community got to show up for something like this and let their voices be heard, that a great injustice had taken place on this property. There needs to be a lot of questions to the owner of the property. How did they get to move here? Who put them here? Was the federal government involved? Local government involved? The Catholic Church involved? The Jesuit order? Who put them here? We're gonna sound like an owl until we get this resolved. Who is responsible? Who put this murderer on this block? This is a beautiful community here. You can see it's manicured lawns. People take pride in their homes. And then you got this right here, this eyesore, where they tortured one of our young people. It's not about what action she took to put her here. She should not have been taken. And it's our responsibility to make sure our women aren't out here in this kind of condition. Our land, everything's been taken. A lot of women are all over the world where this nasty purveyor of death and destruction on the planet turn every Native woman in every country into prostitutes to, destroy and maim and kill. We saw what happened to Abu Ghraib, to those soldiers there, and the leadership didn't take accountability, but they could not have, they got out because the rank and file did it, but somebody gave them the order. There's some real evil doers at the highest level in this country, and that we hold them accountable for what happened to this young lady. We lost to Charlie Kirk. Everybody's crying over that. We need to be crying over this too. One life is too many. That's all I got to add.
Oh. Last night, I don't give a fuck about no Charlie Kirk. And once again, I stand on what I say. All these coons and jigaboos that were upset because we didn't sympathize with a starch racist, a white supremacist, someone who was trying to impose the system of tyranny, further the system of tyranny in this country. A snake, maggot motherfucker. But yet, when it comes to situations like this, with one of our young sisters brutally murdered in this goddamn house, this filthy, nasty house with mattresses everywhere. When we got here, it was somebody sitting in a truck, but he pulled off. Apparently, he knew what we was getting ready to run a play and hit on his ass. So these type of things need to be addressed. And once again, it could be your brother, it could be your sister, or your daughter, or your granddaughter, and you will want a mass turnout. You will want people to constantly press these motherfuckers out to get the truth. And so, until we bring cohesiveness in our community and look at one of our children as all of our children, these type of things will continue. And and if you look at the driveway, you can see after they knocked her out, you know, apparently on her way from Chillum Road, Riggs Road, Chillum, she probably kept coming to consciousness. Just when they kept hitting her, making her unconscious, knocking her out unconscious, till they get all the way out here to Bowie. She probably was carried into the house and taken in there where she was. She died from what they coroner's report stated blunt force trauma and blunt force trauma to the face and head. So she was beaten, and she fought a good fight because one of her fingernails and some of her hair and her blood was still in the room. So she put up a good fight, but at 100 pounds, fighting a seasoned guy and a torturer, you know, it was a no-win situation for her. And plus these other snake maggot motherfuckers in here knew what was going on, because this bastard had 5 different pair of women's panties already in the room. So all of this shit is really a crime scene. We shouldn't even be able to allowed to even come to this driveway. They should have forensics. That backyard should be dug up. They need to go to the river over the 97 overpass and dig and look for further bodies, because apparently they were trying to throw her into the river. You know, but the Most High seen it fit to give us a sign of what's going on. She landed on the embankment. Right. And so this shit is
white
so
brothers just rode by and took a picture of this madness.
Mm-hmm. You know, and you know, and I don't know where the outcry is to get these motherfuckers out of here. Now the punk that was in the truck that pulled off when we pulled up, he had mattresses and some other furniture. Apparently, they're trying to escape. And so we need to constantly put pressure. People need to constantly be out here to bring our own black surveillance on these motherfuckers. We need to surveil them. We don't need to depend on law enforcement, because like Victor was saying, we don't know we don't know how this shit is linked up. We don't know all the hands that are involved in this, because he was already arrested by Park Police in April, and they knew he was illegal, and they knew he was a lifetime.
This one.
All right. Peace, y'all, man. We out here at this Cambridge Lane in Bowie, where Dacara Thompson was murdered. If you look at the house, you can see they still had some balloons there, and apparently she was murdered in one of those rooms. That's not the back room. I got brother Victor Booth, and we just gonna walk around and see what's going on in this goddamn death house, this torture chamber that these illegal aliens have came over undocumented and came over here and murdered this young woman. So for those who think that y'all worrying about she shouldn't have done this, she shouldn't have done that, none of that justifies being tortured and thrown off an overpass. So we're gonna walk up. That's the door. You move up closer to the door. Boy, I don't care who's in here. Whoever come out, they say anything, they get knocked straight out. Just walk around to the back. This is where apparently those clothes or whatever, the blankets, were set on fire the night, I guess shortly after Dacara Thompson was murdered. As you can see, it's filth. All of these bicycles, and it's supposed to be only 1 or 2 children. They got a ton of bikes probably stolen. They got the gas can. All of this shit should have been entered as evidence. This should have been a crime scene. But your local councilman, all you local politicians who tuck your tail between your legs and didn't follow up with this, but yet you motherfuckers are worrying about some goddamn Kurt. All this shit should be dug up. Looks like somebody peeking out the bottom of the balcony door. She couldn't have came in through the side door because it's an air conditioner right here. Or possibly it could have been another entrance.
Could be a bedroom. You got central air.
They got central air in the pen too.